Welcome back, everyone. Today we are asking the expert, and we're revisiting the latest developments in a case that we've been following very closely here on 12 News. As we told you at the top of the show, a Chandler woman, April McLaughlin, was accused of abusing and neglecting dozens of animals, some with special needs, along with elderly abuse of her own mother. Now, those charges have since been dropped as the county attorney sent the case back to Chandler for more investigation. But just yesterday, a judge denied McLaughlin's request to get 13 of the 55-plus dogs back. Now, Hector Diaz is joining me now live with further details into this case. Hector, thank you for being here as always.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, certainly. So we want to ask you, there was a hearing obviously addressing this matter. So what was the purpose of yesterday's hearing specifically?
So, let's back up a little bit. Sure. Ms. McLaughlin is essentially under investigation for animal cruelty, and there's a pending criminal investigation. But in the interim, she went back to the court that authorized the Arizona Humane Society to take custody of these dogs and said, I should have my animals back. I should have these dogs back, and had a hearing on this issue, and was really just odd in terms of, that she would make this request while there was a pending criminal investigation.
Sort of drawing more attention to it maybe than need be from her perspective?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then when it comes to the hearing at hand, I mean, she was obviously denied getting those dogs back. Is that something that seems fairly obvious given some of the detail of the case?
Again, at a minimum, the only thing you can say that this was just a really odd hearing to have at this juncture. Very unlikely that the court was going to reverse, given that she heard testimony. This judge heard testimony from law enforcement supporting the allegations, hearing about the deplorable conditions, and really, I mean, almost kind of like a mini criminal trial in some respects in terms of the presentation of the information that would support the animal cruelty charges.
And like any case, when you play devil's advocate, from her perspective too, she's trying to make a case that perhaps some of the animals may have been in poor condition when they came into her care? You would think so.
What's interesting is that she requested this hearing and then didn't really present any testimony. She made a statement kind of in the close of, at the end, kind of making her piece in terms of what was going on, and the court really didn't want to hear any of it in terms of the situation.
And what exactly might be next, maybe as far as criminal charges that may or may not get filed?
There's no question, given the fact that you had law enforcement testify at this hearing, you had this presentation of information that the county attorney or whatever prosecutorial agency looks at this, that charges are likely forthcoming for Ms. McLaughlin.
Okay, and that's that particular case. Another one that we're following pretty closely that we want to just touch on briefly, the city of Phoenix and the Zone, the city's largest homeless encampment. The city was given until early November, I believe it was November 4th, to clear out the homeless encampment. Is that going to happen? Is that practical?
The city is indicating in pleadings, really recent pleadings that were filed in federal district court, that it's really an impossible task, that they're almost in a catch-22 situation right now because of you have a federal court order that said, if you're going to clean out this encampment, you got to make sure that they have, the homeless individuals have a place to go.
Right.
Then you have a state court ruling that said, you got a deadline on November 4th. You got to clean it up no matter what.
And just quickly, is there any chance that the city of Phoenix is going to get more time that they've asked for?
Based on pleadings that you see filed in state court, they've asked the state court judge for more time. State court judge has indicated no so far, caused the city to appeal. It's going to be an issue whether they get more time or not, how quickly they can get it, this appeal going, and maybe have another court review their request for additional time and the reasonableness of that request.